You ever have one of those days where you feel like you're just spinning your wheels? I mean, you're busy, you're putting in the hours, but when you look back, you haven't actually gone anywhere. Well, that feeling? That's what we're digging into today. We're calling it the illusion of motion, and we're going to talk about how to finally escape that trap. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You spend, I don't know, maybe 10 hours just researching. You're planning, you're watching tutorials, you're getting everything ready, and then at the end of the day, you kind of look up and realize you haven't actually made anything. Yeah, you've definitely been in motion, but you haven't made any real progress.
I mean, it is such a frustrating cycle, isn't it? You've watched all the videos, you've read the articles, you've got the whole productivity system down pat, but your life is exactly the same. It's like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, and you have to wonder, maybe the goal isn't really about learning. Maybe it's just a way to escape the actual work.
Well, it turns out there's a name for this feeling. It's called the intention-action gap, and that's exactly what it is. That huge, frustrating space between saying you're going to do something and, actually doing it. It's basically the graveyard where all our best intentions go to die.
Okay, so if we want to close that gap, first we have to diagnose the problem. And really, it all boils down to one super critical distinction: understanding the difference between motion and progress. They can feel almost the same, but trust me, they are worlds apart.
All right, let's break this down. On one side, you've got motion. This is all the prep work, right? The planning, the strategizing, watching just one more video tutorial. It feels really productive, for sure. But then on the other side, you have progress. And progress, that's the action. That's the doing, the executing, the shipping the work. That's the stuff that actually gets you results.
So the big question is, why do we get so stuck in that motion phase? Well, it's because it's so seductive. Planning absolutely feels like you're working, but in reality, it's just a mental lullaby. It's this comfortable thing that gives you the feeling of accomplishment without any of the actual risk of failing. But let's go a level deeper. Why do we prefer that lullaby? It turns out there's a psychological reason, and it's not just about avoiding failure. It's about who we're expecting to actually do all the hard work. Okay, so psychologists have a term for this, and it's temporal self-displacement. I know, it's a mouthful, but it's basically a fancy way of saying that we love to outsource all the difficult stuff to some, mythical, superpowered version of ourselves that lives somewhere in the future. This is the story we're always telling ourselves, right? That the person who's really going to do the hard work, well, that's our future self. We think, oh, future me will have more energy, or future me will definitely be more disciplined. We just assume this better version of us is going to magically show up tomorrow to handle everything we're putting off today.
But here's the thing, and this is kind of a tough pill to swallow. That person isn't coming to save you. They're not real. That perfect, motivated future version of you is a total illusion. The only person who's here to do the work is, well, it's you. Right here. Right now.
And this whole trap, this whole idea of waiting around for some future hero, it's all built on a single, really dangerous lie that we tell ourselves all the time. Yeah, it's the biggest lie you tell yourself. It's just two little words, but they justify all of our inaction. They make being stuck in motion feel totally okay, like it's just a temporary thing. And those words are, one day. You know how it goes. One day I'll start that business. One day I'll write that book. It's a dream that has no deadline, and it's the ultimate permission slip to just stay exactly where you are. All right, so if one day is the lie, what's the truth? What's the prescription? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but it does require a huge shift in how you think. We have to completely abandon one day, and instead embrace the power of day one. And the contrast between these two is everything, really. One day is, well, it's vague, it's distant, it's just a dream floating out there somewhere. But day one is specific, it's immediate, it's not a dream, it's an action. It's you declaring that the future starts right now. So how do you actually put this into practice? Look, it's not about some giant, overwhelming life change. It's a really simple 3-step plan. First, pick one thing, just one. Don't try to boil the ocean. Second, make it ridiculously small. I mean, so small you'd feel silly not doing it. And third, and this is the most important part, start it now. Not later, not tomorrow, right now.
And that's really the whole point here, isn't it? It's about finally breaking that cycle of endless planning. It's about trading that false comfort of motion for the real, actual satisfaction of making progress. It's time to stop dreaming and just start doing.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Just forget about one day. Forget about waiting for the perfect moment or for that mythical future you to show up and do the work. What is the one small thing you can do right now to make today your day one?